everybody, and welcome back to Beyond Nonsense here on the Nonsense Media Club YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy New Year, everybody! Hopefully, everyone had fun. Saying goodbye to 2024. It was a challenging year to many, me of course as well. But hopefully, 2025 comes with many, many blessings for all of you. Hope and optimism. So, hopefully, everything goes quite well for many of us. But, anyways, there's a lot of movies coming on 2025, many TV shows, many games, and whatever. But before I go to my top five movies to look out for in 2025, I want to give a bit of a space to recognize my own top five movies of the last year. It's gonna look so different from many of you, but again, it's my list. So without further ado, let's go to my picks of the best movies of 2024, my own personal favorites. And number one, of course, goes to Wicked. This movie I've been waiting for so long. I've avoided everything when it comes to the musical except for the Defying Gravity song, which is a fantastic song. I didn't know it had great music like it had on the movie. And I have to say, this movie came at a very particular time of my life, and it means a lot to me. The soundtrack for this movie gives me so much joy. Reminds me that it made me forget about the things that I've been going through at least for 3 hours. So to me, Wicked number one. I cannot wait for part two. I again can't say more positive things about Wicked and how much it means to me and how much I loved it. And yeah, Wicked number one. Number two, of course, is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This movie I've been waiting for a long time. Everyone, if you guys been following me for a long time, know how big of a Sonic fan that I am. And if you don't know, you can just look at our own channel here as we covered Sonic ad nauseum with the Nonsense Crew with Adrian, and we've been waiting for this one for a while. And Sonic 3 just delivered. It gave us a very good time. I saw it with the Nonsense Crew, and we had a wonderful time. Besides the things that happened before coming into the movie, and yeah, so much fun. It belongs in my top five. So yeah, number two, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And number three is The Wild Robot. I was saying when I saw Inside Out 2 that Inside Out 2 had it in the bag when it comes to best animated feature until The Wild Robot came out. That movie surprised me. This movie, I didn't know anything except that Lupita Nyong'o was voicing the main character in this film, and it was the last in-house animated DreamWorks production. So imagine my surprise to see how freaking amazing The Wild Robot was. I remember doing the Living Nonsense show where we ranked all DreamWorks animated films, and I put The Wild Robot in the S tier, as it belongs in the S tier of how good it was. It was gorgeous. It was an amazing story, and I cannot wait to see how DreamWorks does the next two books of this series, because this movie is based on a series of books. So cannot wait to see what's next for The Wild Robot. I loved it. Number three on my personal list. Number four, Look Back. This movie was from the creator of Chainsaw Man, and my best friend Natalia told me, get onto it and watch it. I saw it was on Prime, saw it. I cried a lot, and I blame it on Natalia. But I love Look Back. Look Back is beautiful, amazing. It reminded me a lot of Chainsaw Man when it comes to the facial expressions of the characters. But again, it is the same creator. And of course, it's a beautiful movie and a very short movie as well. So it's on Amazon Prime for anyone who missed it. To me, it should be nominated. But to me, I still give the win to The Wild Robot. But again, worthy movie on my top list. And last but not least, of course, is Transformers 1. Really like Bumblebee, but I was never a big Transformers guy. Never a fan until I saw Transformers 1. This movie was funny as hell, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I have to say, it surprised me a lot of how good it was. It was disappointing that not many people went to watch it on the movie theaters. This is the type of movie you should support, and hopefully, Paramount just sees how much this movie is loved and continue this story moving forward. The best Transformers movie out there, and of course, it belongs to my top five. And this wraps up my top five movies of 2024. Yes, very different from many people on the same circle, but it is my list nonetheless. Now let's go to the movies that I'm looking forward to in this new year of 2025. Let's start off with Wicked for Good. I I was amazed that this movie is coming in, and of course, it's coming in this November. Uh, can have it any sooner as soon as the film finish. I just wanted part two now. So knowing that it's gonna come out around the same time that the first one came out, it's just full circle for me. I believe this one is either competing or I think it moved dates because around the November Zootopia 2 comes out as well. And to me, it wouldn't be wise as much as I love Wicked. It wouldn't be wise for them to release at the same time as Zootopia. So if any of those two moves, I'd be happy. But yeah, Wicked for Good, wonderful first part. Cannot wait to see how this story wraps up. Number two on my most anticipated of 2025, of course, is Superman. It was gonna be named Superman Legacy. This one's directed by James Gunn, the director of the trilogy of Guardians of the Galaxy. I love the trailer, but there's only one thing that worries me of this project, and that is James Gunn himself. He has a certain style, and I don't think his style fits the Superman character, but I believe in James Gunn. He knows this character, he knows what works with the character and what works with his story. So this is the official beginning of the DCU, and James Gunn has done well. The Suicide Squad, the Peacemaker show, which to me is one of the best superhero shows in all of the superhero genre, and Creature Commandos. So cannot wait to see what he does with Superman. This one comes in July of 2025. The next one is Fantastic Four: First Steps. At last, many of us have been waiting for the Fantastic Four to be introduced into the MCU, and now it's coming this year. And Pedro Pascal is playing Mr. Fantastic. Then we have Vanessa Kirby, uh, Joseph Quinn. I forget the name of the thing. Anyways, this movie has been awaited for many of us. I cannot wait to see it, though I'm worried because again, the MCU has had quite a spotty record. They picked it up with Agatha all along. We'll see what happens with the other movies that are coming out. I believe uh, the next Captain America movie and Thunderbolts come before Fantastic Four. So cannot wait to see how those do because those will be indicative to see if the MCU has finally stirred the ship. And I cannot wait to see how different this iteration of the Fantastic Four is from the last few Fantastic Fours that we've had. Hopefully, this one is good. So, cannot wait to see it. Number four in my own list is How to Train Your Dragon, one of the most unnecessary live action remakes of all time. Because to me, the trilogy of the Dragon series from DreamWorks is, without a doubt, one of the best trilogies of all time. It belongs with the trilogy of Back to the Future and many, many more. So to me, this movie is unnecessary. But apparently, Universal was already getting into it. So thankfully, the team behind the animated films are behind this project as well. So I cannot wait to see how it does, not just when it comes to story. I know the story is going to be good because, again, it's the first Dragons movie. But I cannot wait to see how big of a difference it does when it comes to box office success. I'm not saying that the animated films were like big successes, but I cannot wait to see if this settles the whole thing that more people are going to come to see live action films rather than animated films. Because to me, there's this stigma around adults who think that animated films are mainly just kids' movies. They're not. If you can see any of the animes around, or many of the popular animes, I mean, Dragon Ball, Chainsaw Man, all that, you can clearly see animation's not for kids. So yeah, still I'm gonna go watch this movie with open arms because I love this franchise and I want this franchise to succeed. And number five is the Earth. The day the Earth blew up, a Looney Tunes movie. I don't remember when is it coming out, but this movie had a hard time finding a distributor. This is one of the first in a while 2D American animated films, and it features Daffy Duck and Piggy, and I have Porky Pig. Sorry, I just blanked there for a second. I saw the trailer. I love that it is well animated. It has all the funny jokes from the for what you know. If you know the Looney Tunes, you know what to expect. And to me, the trailer for the day the Earth blew up delivers the humor and all that from a Looney Tunes cartoon. I cannot wait to see number one how good this movie is because this movie is being praised by the people who have seen it so far because it has screened to many people, and I cannot wait to see how it performs. There's a hunger out there, not just for Looney Tunes, but for 2D animation. If people who love animation as me want to see a comeback from 2D animations, we should support the day Earth blew up, so that we can send a message for those nasty little studios out there who believe 2D is dead. Come on, everybody. So that's my top five. Let's just keep it short so you guys can go on and party as you always been doing for all this Christmas season. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. And I wish you all a wonderful 2025. And I'll be seeing you guys next time.